Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with P versus NP by Strosahl. So this concludes our entropic-like line theme week, and actually the conclusion, even though I have been picking randomly, the conclusion is a pretty neat one because it doesn't quite follow the same kind of structure as an entropic line does, although it doesn't in important ways. It also doesn't in an important way. So anyway, let's go over the rules. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We still have white dots in the grid. Digits separated by white dot have to be consecutive. So if this was 2, this could be 1 or 3. Not all the white dots are necessarily given. So if this was 2, 3, there's not a white dot there. That's perfectly fine. That's allowed. All right. In addition to that, we do have these blue lines in the grid. Any three adjacent digits on the line have to have one of each group. So these three digits have to have one digit from each group. But also these three digits have to have one digit from each group. Now, if the line is too long, that just means they are from different groups. They obviously can't represent all three. But a 2-length line has 2 different groups. Now, what are the groups? Well, there's the prime group, which is 2, 3, 5. There's the composite group, which is 4, 6. And there's the neither group, which is the 1. Because 1 is considered not prime or composite. It's kind of on its own. So one of the groups, the only choice is the 1. One of the groups, the choice is 4 or 6. And the third group, the choice is 2, 3, or 5. So we're going to be careful in coloring. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. So we can color like we normally do, but we have to be careful about like one of the colors can only appear once, one of them can appear twice, and one of them can appear 3 times. So I'm thinking about this. This line looks important. So let's give this a coloring. So what I've done here is I've just said, I don't know which group is which, but one of them we're going to call green, one we're going to call purple, and one we're going to call orange. And these three are by definition of one of each group. These three also have one of each group, and they already have the purple and orange, so they're just missing the green. And that's going to cause this cyclical behavior where we always go green, purple, orange, green, purple, orange. Okay, so we already know that purple isn't the 1 because purple, there's 2 purples in this row, so it's either the prime or a composite. But if it was the composite, that doesn't work either because it would be 4, 6 pair, and those are not consecutive. So we know the purple is the prime. Purple for prime. Hey, that worked out very well. They both start with P. So now the problem is we need one more purple in this row, and then we don't even know if green or orange is the singular group. So we're gonna have trouble coloring the rest of that. But at least we know that these are prime. And in fact, they can't be the 5 because 5 is not consecutive. So the only 2 consecutive primes that exist are 2, 3. Let's see. This line here is interesting. Do I have to give it 3 different colors? Because I'm not sure how to translate these colors over. Let's give it 3 different colors to start with. So we'll do red, yellow, blue. So what have we learned about that? Well, we have 2 yellows. So we know yellow is not the 1, the single group. What else do we know about this? It's kind of tough. We're not knowing that there's 2 of each. How do we continue the coloring? Okay, I'll leave this, but there's an interesting deduction here, which because we know that either the green or the orange is the singular 1 group, meaning that either this is 2 1s or this is 2 1s. So we can actually corner mark that 1s have to end up here. And that actually means that blue cannot be... Okay. So we know blue is not the 1 group because this can't be 1. The 1s here are here. In the box. I mean, either 1s are the oranges or the 1s are the greens. No matter what, this can't be 1. We also know the yellow group isn't the 1 group because they share the row. So the red group has to be the 1. That makes the orange group the 1. And so actually we know that red is orange. So that's a step in the right direction. And so this is the composite group. This is 4, 6. Okay. Now, we know that we have a blue and a yellow here. So yellow could be, there could be another yellow here, and this would be 2, 3, with that being 5. Or this could be blue. If it was blue, then we have a prime that is consecutive with a composite. which is very easy to do. We could do 3, 4, we could go 4, 5, we could go 5, 6. So we don't quite know what's going on there. Can we get more ones out of anything? One's one of these two, and one's one of these two. So we know that these are not the one group, I suppose. Huh. How do we continue this? That's all the ones that are left. This is one of each. This is one of each. If this is one, okay, no, okay. How might I want to think about this? I don't know what blue is. Oh, this isn't the one group. So this is purple. This has purple green on it. Because it can't have orange on it. It sees the one orange. So we have a singular orange. We have the other green. We have the 4, 6. So this has to be purple. And it's a 2, 3, 5. And it's consecutive with this digit, but that's not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal. We have all our greens in here, so this has to be purple, and that's the 5. Okay, so that means this has to be the 5. And it means blue is purple, because you can think about the row, you can think about the roping, however you want to do it. We already have both greens, so this is our purple as well. This is a 2, 3. So blue was purple, and that means yellow has to be green. And so that's a 4, 6, and that means this can't be green. That's not purple. So this is a 2, 3. That's a 4, 6. So this can't be green, and it can't be orange. It can't be green because green can't be consecutive with itself. So this is purple. It's a 2 or a 3, so it actually has to be 3, 4. Very nice. That's 6, 4, 6. Okay, we're making progress. This is a 2 or a 5. Oh, this has to be purple. So it's 6. Oh, no, it's 4 or... Wait. No, it can't be purple. Uh-oh. I must have made a mistake somewhere because this has to be 4 or 6, making it green. Oh, I might have to go back quite a bit. Where did I make my mistake? This would be 6. This would be purple as a 2 or a 5, but 2 and 5 are definitely not consecutive. Darn it. Where did I make my mistake? This could have been the 5. Okay, I don't think I used this too much. I'm not going to go back. When I said 5 had to be there, I wasn't thinking about how there were 2 purples. My coloring confused me. And so this ended up being 2, 3, 5. Right? So we can end up like this just by having 2, 3, 5 in these two. And now these have to be consecutive, and this can't be a 3. So this has to be, and we know they can't use the 5 because we already did that up here. So this is 2, 3, and this can't be the 3. So that's 2 and that's 3. That gives us the 5 here, gives us 2 and 3 here. That's a 2, that's a 5. Okay. Sorry for having to correct the mistake that way, but better, easier than going back. It didn't get used. For the number itself didn't get used, just the color. This is green and it's a 4. Okay. So these two also don't use the orange. So one's purple, one's green. And so that means that the green is the 4, which actually goes there. So that is not purple, that is purple, and it is the 5, which means that this is a 1, 6 pair, meaning this has to be prime. This is the 2, 3. And so if this is prime, it's purple. So then this is also purple, and it's 2, 3. Could have said both of those are purple by the column. The 5 ends up over here in the box. In fact, this is just 4, 5. Okay, what are we doing here? This we know. This is a purple and it's 3. So here we need a 6 and a 2. This is a 2, 6 pair. This column, we need a 3, 5, which are both purple. So this being purple, mean that, yeah, and this can't be orange or purple because it's next to a purple on the line. So it has to be green, making it a 4, 6. And that means this has to be the orange 1. And that means this is also green, and it has to be 6. So that's 4. We get the 2, 6 here. 2 is purple, 6 is green. Green for composite. 5, 4, 6, 1, 3, 5, 2, 3. Let's get all the coloring done before we accidentally finish the puzzle. That's orange. 6 and 4 are green. That is prime. This is also prime. The last prime is 2. All right. Cool puzzle, Strosahl. I liked the little twist where the groups were not the same size as each other, so we had to be careful with the coloring. Very neat. Well, what a way to wrap up the Entropic Like Theme Week. I actually had way more puzzles than I needed. Thank you to all the setters who made all those puzzles. So the rest will just be filtered through at the normal pace. So expect more, a little bit higher bump in entropicness in the near future. So if you enjoyed these, definitely stay tuned for more. And of course, if you enjoyed this puzzle, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.